Hi everybody, it's Saturday. We're to April 26th, and I'm going to read from, no, not the Acts of the Apostles, but the Gospel of Mark. Jesus appeared to 11 and said to them, "Go into the whole world and proclaim the gospel to every creature. Whoever believes and is baptized will be saved, and whoever does not believe will be condemned. These signs will accompany those who believe. In my name they will drive out demons. They will speak new languages. They will pick up serpents with their hands, and if they drink any deadly thing, it will not harm them. They will lay hands on the sick, and they will recover." Then the Lord Jesus, after he spoke to them, was taken up into heaven and took a seat at the right hand of God. But they went forth and preached everywhere, while the Lord worked with them and confirmed the word through accompanying signs. The gospel of the Lord. Well, that was a switch. You were expecting probably, if you were following me during this week, reading from the Acts of the Apostles. Actually, the readings are different, but today we read from the Gospel of Mark because it is the feast of St. Mark the Evangelist. And so St. Mark, we realize or not, was not one of the 12 apostles. There's different opinions who he was. Some think he was a cousin of Barnabas, we find in the early church of the Acts of the Apostles, or a companion of Peter. And probably with Peter, he probably heard preaching of Peter and asked Peter stories about the Messiah, about Jesus, and probably that's where he got his information from. One of the first things I learned when I went off to theology in the seminary there was that the Gospel of Mark was the first gospel written. I always assumed that it was Matthew, because you open the Bible, what's the order? Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Thinking, well, that's the order. But nope, Mark, it was the first gospel written, and the others, Matthew and Luke anyway, would use his as a structure, as a foundation for their gospel. They had other sources to add to it besides. The thing about Mark's gospel is the shortest of the gospels. I think I mentioned one time that you could read it probably under an hour. And it's something about that. To do that, you read the whole gospel. It keeps it in the continuity, get the whole picture of it at once. But there's 2 points I want to bring about Mark. One is called the Messianic Secret. Wow, that's some big terms. What it is that Jesus' ministry, when you read the Gospel of Mark, he sort of keeps secret who he is. He tells, when he heals people, do not, tell who did it, keep it quiet. And not only that, on his own behalf, that he keeps it secret, but those who live with him, the apostles, never quite understand. And since his mission was a failure, because they never quite saw Jesus as the Messiah. Oddly enough, the one who recognized Jesus as Messiah in the Gospel of Mark was a pagan, was the soldier at the cross. Remember when he died? He said, truly, this was the Son of God. Apostles didn't know that, but took a pagan to say that. And so even in this Gospel, it's chapter 16, but really ended on 15 when, with the resurrection, when the women were told to go announce the good news and they went home and said nothing. Then they added this to, whoops, correct that. But the other point is this, the key word in Mark's Gospel is the word at once or immediately. Immediately they went. At once they left. At once, immediately. That Jesus, in a sense, is on a mission. In a way, almost on a hurry to get to Jerusalem to die. Because in his death, he said, then you will know who I am, reveal myself, not through my miracles, but through my death, I reveal myself as the Messiah. So immediately, at once. I want you to think about those 2 words in your own life. What are you putting off? What are you waiting to do? We should respond. When we get that little voice in the back of our mind, that little nudge, respond immediately at once. When you put it off, then you probably won't do it. Respond to God's promptings. Because maybe Jesus may be asking you, he may be calling you to do something, to pray more, to give more, to serve more, whatever it may be. Listen to that voice, and may you too at once, immediately, say yes to Jesus. God bless you. Have a good weekend.